Good evening and welcome, everybody. I know we're social distancing, but please don't be shy. I think we can have a few more people, perhaps a metre apart at least. Move closer to the front if you can. Excellent. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight at the National Design Centre. And a big thank you and a welcome, of course, to everybody that's watching us online via the live stream telecast. My name is Susie Annetta and I'm Editor-in-Chief of Design Anthology magazine, and I'm going to be your MC this evening. It's a great honour for Design Anthology to be partnering with the Design Singapore Council on this landmark exhibition. And it's indeed a pleasure, not to mention a logistical miracle, for me to be here tonight for the opening ceremony of Visions of the Future. This year has been a challenging year for all of us, and perhaps one of the few comforts to be found is in the understanding that we're all in this together. And while there may be many similarities in our experiences this year, our responses and our output vary greatly, as seen by the work that's on display here this evening. While we speculate on what the new normal may be, or what life might look like post-COVID, what is clear is that savvy designers, brands, and in fact governments are using this situation as not a serious setback or an obstacle, but an opportunity to see what can be achieved through adversity and whether through ingenuity we can in fact design ourselves a better future. Now, before I make introductions, for those of you who might be wanting to take photos of the exhibition and the works on display, please share them on social media. And if you do that, please tag Design Singapore Council at Design Singapore and Design Anthology, which is at designanthology.asia. And feel free to use the hashtags Better by Design and Visions of the Future. There is a filter called Visions of the Future that you can use, and some specially created stickers that you can find under Singapore Design. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite Mark Wee, Executive Director of Design Singapore, for his opening remarks. Mark.
Thanks, Susie. We've only been back to the National Design Centre a few times this year, and this is definitely the first exhibition since we closed and we had circuit breaker. So it's actually really memorable, and I think it's interesting to see what an event with 50 people feels like. Okay. Is this better? Okay. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Visions of the Future exhibition, a showcase by 8 emerging Singapore design talents and entrepreneurs. This exhibition was actually meant to take place at Milan Design Week this year, but due to the pandemic, the exhibition had to adapt. Instead of focusing on the negativity surrounding the situation, this change in plans opened a world of opportunities, and we actually used design to address new challenges brought upon by the pandemic. The 7 pieces that will be unveiled at the exhibition today showcase the strength of Singapore design talent who are able to respond to global problems. The exhibition is curated by local design consultancy and President's Design Award winner recipient Forrest and Whale. And they handpicked these designs for their visionary approach to current issues and how they address the pandemic reality we actually currently live in. From empowering the elderly to bringing joy to the simple but important act of hand washing, the exhibition highlights the significance of design in safeguarding our health and well-being. There will also be an online component to the exhibition, and we hope to see you at the panel discussions, and do tune in to the podcast where you'll get to interact and hear from the designers themselves. Through the work presented at the Visions of the Future exhibition, you can actually see the passion creativity, and resilience that these emerging design talents actually have. We encourage you to actually collaborate with these emerging talents so that together as a society, we can thrive in challenging times and really create a better future through design. The Design Singapore Council is actually proud to be able to support and develop the capabilities of these promising young talents, and we look forward to seeing these designers continue to grow in their practice and impact our society, economy, and quality of life. We will continue to run similar capability development initiatives that aim to help Singapore designers produce high-quality work so they can gain greater mindshare and really kind of expand their reach beyond our shores. And we encourage local emerging design talent to also participate in any of our future initiatives. I would like to thank our partners, Design Anthology. She flew in, did stay, so you actually got on the plane, right? And Wendy and Gustavo from Forest and Whale for working together with us. And please enjoy the exhibition, and we hope you'll find inspiration and visions of a great future. And this, I might say, it's a really amazing and beautifully done exhibition. So enjoy the night. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. I would like to now invite Wendy and Gustavo, the curators of the exhibition from Forest and Whale, to make their opening remarks.
So when we were asked to curate an exhibition of emerging designers to bring to the Milan Design Week in late 2019, we made the decision not to come up with a brief that the designers would respond to, but instead we wanted to get a collection of future narratives seen through the eyes of our young designers. And so we had a public open call in which we had a lot of entries that were from existing projects of our young designers, and naturally many of these were the thesis projects of these young graduates. And so what you see here, the projects that are finally curated, have the depth of research and the rigor of a design process that is more than a year long. And I think on hindsight, this was probably the best decision that we've made, because a few months down the road, the pandemic struck. Milan Design Week was cancelled and has been cancelled again for the next year. And the world was in chaos. However, the projects that you see here, they are grounded in the social inclusion, study of user behavior, material exploration, rethinking of production systems, and also thinking about product life cycles, all the issues that our young designers are really motivated about, and also the same issues that have become more apparent due to the public health crisis. And so I think the pandemic has only served to make the societal relevance of these projects even greater, right? And I just want to share the words of neurologist and writer Oliver Sacks. And he was reflecting on the history of science and medicine. And he wrote, and I quote, "The greatest creative achievements arise not only from extraordinary gifted men and women, but from their being confronted by problems of enormous universality and magnitude." And that sums up the design challenge of our generation and the essence of this exhibition. So I hope you enjoy seeing the exhibition today.
Before you walk away, Wendy, I would actually like to invite you to say a few words also about the design of the exhibition space, if you don't mind.
Right. So when we were asked to think about the exhibition design, we basically had to reset and think about exhibition design for Singapore. We were very inspired by the viral transmission projection curves, right, which we see it as waves. And now we see the second and third waves of pandemic breaking over cities across the world. And so we were inspired by that to create these pedestals that you see here today, where we use the wave structure to create division and social distancing in an exhibition experience. And every project is exhibited in 3 or 4 stories instead of one single pedestal. So you're invited to stand in the squares, the parallelograms, to read the exhibition. The purple one stands for the beginning of each narrative, and there goes the flow. Right.
Thank you so much, Wendy. That's amazing. Thank you. So again, a big thank you to all of you. I know it feels a little bit strange to be at a real event this year, so thank you for coming to join us here tonight, and for everyone that's joined in for the live stream online. Please don't forget to visit visionsofthefuture.sg to read more about each of the designers and their works, and to stay updated about the exciting program of online and real-life events that we have planned through the course of the exhibition. Thank you again. Have a great night.
Dear world, once upon a time, we had an impossible idea to turn sea into land, and land into one of the busiest airports in the world. A gateway for dreamers, a runway for believers. But now, our world is not quite the same. We are in the toughest crisis of our generation. Our skies are quieter, and our streets too. But it's also in this quiet that you can hear the belief, and in the emptiness, see the resolve and resilience of our people. And just like once upon a time, we now look not at what we see, but at who we are, and not at what if, but what's next. A people who stare impossible challenges in the face and say no, we won't be beaten. Planes can be grounded, but our spirit, never. Dear world, together, we will rise again.